Hello and welcome to our Java tutorial. Now, without much ado, let us start. Start by creating a class. You go to the file here, click on the file, click new, come to class, click on the class, and give it a name, my tutorial. And we take a main here and say finish. And the class is now ready. And get rid of that. And we start with operators. The operators are functions which you have to use to write and manipulate the program which you're going to write in Java. And for example, equals, it's an arithmetic function operator. That is plus, that is minus, that is divide, that's multiplication, that's greater than, and less than, that's all, that's and, that's comparison operator, greater and equals to, less than and equals to, and there are a few more of them. There might be few more of them that we might need, but when we need them, we'll use them. And we can as well. This double slices here means commenting out. Commenting out means that you are making a note for people to know what you are doing or for yourself. Then when the program is running, it's not going to use what you comment out. So now to show you how can that's for a single line, and now for multiple lines we can use this star and the forward slash, and that's it for the operators. We are going to use most of these operators while in our course of learning. Now next we go for variables. Variables are mainly memory locations where information is stored. For example, I'll show you some types of variables. Let's go here. In Java, I have two data types, which is the primitive data type and the non-primitive data types. And then you come the variables. And the variables will have like an integer, which is mostly whole number, could be 1 to 100 or 1 to 1000. You just have to have floating type, which is like carries decimal places. I have the which is characters ABC. They have to be in quotes. And you have billion. That's either yes or no or true or false. You have the string. It's another type. I mean, this is a different data type, but you have to do with them as we go on. Then we'll start with the integer. Create a variable integer. Integer A. And assign it the value of 10. And now we want to run the program to print out this value of 10. This is the variable integer variable and the value is 10. To get this value of 10, then let's run the program. We have to use a class called system at print line square dot sorry, not here dot and to get the result of it, I have to can copy it and paste here, or you type it in the variable. And to run the program, go to run, here, click on it, to run as, run as Java application. Look at it here. And then you save and launch the program. You write, works well. That is your first application. You've done that. Congratulations. And that's the way it works. Then we can take this variable a further. You can just add, maybe add 5 to it. I can still run it. But most people use this one here, but I use this one. This is quicker for me. That's what I use in my work. Click on that run. Okay. Then you got 15 here. And the same way, to use add, you can use also use subtract. Take away and subtract 5 from 10. Run again. Gives you 5. You can also multiply it. And run it again. That gives you 50. Now we can get rid of this and create another variable, integer again. Integer b, and assign it to that value of 5. And create another variable again, integer c, and add a plus b. And now, if we print a, we still get the value of 10, which I print b, but now we want to get the value of c, which is a plus b. Then we print or run the program. Then here you divide. You get that, and you can use model as well. The percentage. Zero. Yeah, model is when you divide by a variable or a figure, and it comes out 0. But the balance is what will come here. Like now, if we do 11 here, divide by 5, we have 1. Well, let us see what happens. Then we have 1, because there's difference. That's the remainder, the difference between what's 2 and 5 divided by 10 is 0. It balances, and when you divide it by 11, you have 1 extra 1, and that is that one. Now we are going to deal with comparison operators. And we get rid of this variable there. And what we're going to do is compare A and B to see if they are the same, if they are equal or the same. So if the system finds out that this is the comparison operator, yeah. So if they are not equal, then it's going to say it's false. But if they are equal, it's going to be true. Comparison operator. Let's run the program and see what happens. Now it's false because A is not same as B because 11 is greater than 5. Then the answer is false. Now, let's say that two of them are not equal. Not equal to, okay, I didn't put it there. Just not equal to, and that this is what I did before, that model. Yeah, so when they are not equal to each other, they say it's not equal to. Let's run the same. Let's run the same program again and see the answer now. It's not equals to support here. Now it's true because 11 is not the same as 5. They're not equal to each other. Now we can take it further again and write another program using if statement to see the output there. So if A is greater than B, then system that's can put this one there, can put that one right here. Then say if A is greater than B, you can say A is than B, A is greater than B. Let's run the program and see what happens now. It says A is greater than B. Now, let's change this to say 15 or 25. Okay, let's make 25 and run the program again. We don't have anything because B is greater than A now, and as A is greater than B, there's no alternative. We didn't put what is to do. Now let's put else here. Save. Okay, we can still use the same. Say yes, sir. I'll say check your answer. On the program. So check your answer. Of course, it's working fine. It's the argument you put here. So check your answer. If you put something like that, what you say. So the program is running fine. It's just the way the program works. You just have to use your mind and brain to know what you are doing at each material time. Now we get rid of these ones. And another variable called string. This is important part of the equation. And string is a series of characters, or could be a sentence, it could be a word, it could be anything, but it has to be in quote. For example, string variable name equals equal. Now this is a variable name, and it has to be in quote like this, and that's how it is done. And we want to run the program now. So you also have to write, you can copy this name here and paste it here, or type the name, that's the variable. I can now run the program. That's it. You got the output at the output of the program. You can as well do one or two things that you can say. So, do to uppercase, then you can do to uppercase, you get this thing here. Then the name here, conqueror here, we turn to uppercase. You can make it lowercase, all you have to do is just come back again and type. So lowercase, you take it from here. And that's the result. Now let's do concatenation, that is joining strings. And I show you how we do that. This name here, we'll change it to F name, that means first name. And get another string variable, last name, say Eberechi. And now you want to add the name together. So instead of running on two separate lines, all you do is now F name and run the program. They have concurrent Eberechi. So what the program did is using the concatenation, that is using the plus there, this, that, and just add this and this together, just adding strings together. And that is what we have done now to get the results here. I hope you are following. And if you have any confusion or questions, you can make your comment or ask questions. Now, we're going to look at loops. We are going to look at loops, and loops, there are three types of loops. I have the for loops, I have the while loop, and we have the do while loop. And we're going to look at them and see how they work. In essence, a loop is a block of code that runs repeatedly when the condition is true. And when the condition becomes false, then it will stop. That's what a loop is. Now we start with for loops. Go this way. For, say integer I is 0. Then I is less than, and then they will say, so let's take 5. And I plus plus. Then we'll take a print of it, see how it runs. Then I. So now we're taking this plus plus of I, this an index, this I is an index, integer index, and we set it to 0. I want it to run 5 times. And this plus plus means adding each time it runs, it will add 1 until about that 5 times, and it becomes false and it will stop. And that's what it means. Then we run the program and look at the result. Yeah, you can see that it started from O because we set the counter to O and it runs to 4. And if you move this to 1, to start from 1. Now, let's look at it from this, do something. Say, I am good. It's another form of concatenation, that is adding something with a plus. That is to that idea. Let's run it again. Say, I am good up to 5 times. From 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 5 times. Because we set it, the counter at 5. Now, let's do another great thing there. So, if we don't want it to run up to 5 times, you can say, okay, stop it at from 3 and stop. Let's see how we can do that. If I is equals to 3, then break. Then run the program. Now it comes to the 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, and 2. Now, if you ask it to continue, of course it will continue, but let's see what will happen. When it asks it to continue, what will happen is that when it gets to 3, it will jump and start at 4, and it will have 3. Check the program. There's no 3, but you have 4. That's it for loop. Let's go to while loop. In this case, we're going to set a counter. Zero like before. We say while I is less than 5. You can use any figure you like. And run the program. Then set the counter to 0, and it's up 5 or less than 5. Then you should print to run. That is it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we come to do while loops. We'll say do from I. One. And that's that. And the difference between this one and the previous two is that this one will run the loop without checking whether the conditions are met, but once before checking. The other ones will check before running. And this one, let's try this and see what we get. It's 3 because we put 4 here. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. And that is it for the do while loop. So guys, I hope you are picking up from here. And this is all you need to know about Java actually before you start running projects and know how to apply them in your projects. Now, we go for arrays. Arrays is a data structure that contains specified amount of data. And most of the time, their data are usually similar to each other and being accessed through indexes. Most of them being accessed through their index. So now let's see example of areas, how to create an area. You can create an index area, integer area. And this double bracket signifies that it is an area that you are creating. Like 2, 5, 3. No, getting them wrong, possibly. Comma. 4, comma, and maybe 7. Okay. And that's it. Now, let's run through it. Let's run the program. Thank you. Oh, see, this is some area structure when most of the time we do start index from 0. Now the 0 for this one is 2 as the start, because areas and most of these indexes they start from 0. And if we change this to 0, 1, 2, if you put this one to 2, then you get 4. Then run. You get 4. Change it to 3. Get 7. And that's how to run your areas, because they walk through indexes and you can pick them one after the other. You can also use for loop for each loop. For the then all right, let's run. And you can see 2, 5, 4, 7, 2, 5, 4, 7. The first 7 you are seeing here is running from this tree, this first running from through the index area. But this one is running from for each loop, and you can run your Java, your system, your areas also for each loop. You can run anything, just giving the mindset how Java runs. Okay, if you remove, cancel out that, let's run again and see what happens. Up to 5, 4, 7. That's 4, 7 was it's no more there. Now we're going to run areas using string. It's same thing as running areas with integer. There's no much difference. It works the same way. And what we want to set up our areas is factorize string. It's a real sign. Username. So Java. So PHP. So JavaScript. And that's enough for the then we'll go for each loop as well. Then we run. Yeah, I've got them. Java, PHP, and JavaScript. It's just the same thing. All you have to do is over and over again. You practice it to get used to it. And today, I think we learned few things. I recapping. We started with operators. We started operators. Then we went to variables. Show you different types of variables. So we concentrated mostly on integer and strings. Those are the most popular ones. Other strings are work just the same way, like float, long, and the rest of it. And variable like boolean, they work with comparison operators. That is yes or no, which we did the if statement and few other types, and the loops. That's learn a lot of things about string and string concatenation, and how to use your arithmetic functions to do a lot of functions, and you know how to use your assignment operator to do a lot of assign values and areas, like this area here, this assignment operator to say that assigning this value to these areas, and you know, walk through the loop, for loop, while loop, and do while loops, and do while loop, and then this areas, we do few areas, and I hope we are fine, should be fine with all this. If we should be able to tackle major Java assignments and projects. Do subscribe and share, and we'll be getting more videos, simple ones for you to learn in a simple format from time to time. And good luck.